Hello, hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm really so excited because today I've got so good things in store for you. Just don't go away, stay wherever you are, because this is getting serious. I know this can get really tricky when you're putting on your makeup as a beginner and you don't know which step to begin with, you don't know what to do or how to apply correctly. So here are some of the beginner friendly tips. I always like to begin with my brows, and I like to use this pencil from IT Cosmetics or IT Cosmetics Brow Power. What I like to do is to first of all brush my brows, and then I fill in with I literally just like to fill in, for a natural look. So instead of drawing them, you can start with here, just following that natural flow of your brows. Then I fill them like that. Like start from there. And then of course you just keep brushing it until you get the desired look. You can decide how much you want to fill in your brows. You just draw up like that, following your natural hair. This pencil is so easy to use. So it's a very beginner friendly pencil. Once you're satisfied with how your brows look, I like to go over with brow gel. This is from Benefit. It's the 24-hour brow setter. I bought in the size mini. And then you literally apply the gel. And then you also brush as you brush into the desired shape. It makes your brows look really natural and smooth. Look at that. So the next thing you would like to do is to define your brows, for the brows to pop and make them look nice. But this is actually a concealer stick that I have, and I like to just take a little bit of it with a brush, with a cream brush like this. Then I start with under my brows like this, like just to highlight them and give them definition. And then of course you can push the rest of the color downwards. You do the same to the other side of the brows. And then of course I'm doing that carefully to avoid any color getting over the brows. And then of course you just try to mix up the color on your skin, like smudge it on nicely. Voila, then you have your brows there. So the next thing you want to do is to use a primer on the eyelids. I normally use this Juvia's Place I Prime eye primer. So this is really nice. This is in the shade 2. So apply just a little bit of. So after doing that, I like to just use the brush again and just apply the color all over my eyelid. You can also use your finger like this. Same on the other side. I also like to set the color, or to set the eyeshadow base with a powder that's natural to the skin, and I usually go over with this shallow Tilbury finish. It's a very nice color and it looks very good. I use this all over shader brush, and then I just take a little bit of it. This is a setting powder, by the way, and then I tap a little bit, and then I just go over the eyelid. It helps to improve the appearance there, so you don't go looking like a ghost. So what I like to do next is to like go over with a defining color. And this one simple trick that I really love, guys, is actually to use a bronzer. The bronzer that I'm gonna be using today is by Zara, and I just take a little bit of it, and then this is just like putting some definition on my eyelids, you know, and then a little bit on the outer side. You can already see some changes. Then of course you even out the color, because so it doesn't look like you just threw some shade on it. And then you just do the same on the other side, like that. Oh, I love bronzers. I don't even know, whoever discovered bronzers did an amazing thing, because you don't even need so much bronzers, but I'm just so in love with them. And then the next thing I'm gonna do is to apply like just a simple maybe shade on top of my lids here. I'm gonna be using again a Zara palette. They have very beautiful colors here. So I'm gonna pick this color over here. As you can see, just look at this palette, it looks so beautiful. And also you can just use your finger, but just take a little bit of it and just apply on top there. You don't even need so much. I'm just going over it with eyeshadow brush. You can also go on the edges here with a darker shade, just to give you that maybe smoking eye look. Using the same palette, I'll go in with this color here. I make sure I stick to the edges here, like without spreading this color so far. Mostly in the inner corners. Then doing the same thing to the other side. Voila. Like that. After doing the eyeshadow and everything, I like to leave it at that point and then go over to the face to do the foundation, because I don't like the eyeshadow drizzling over the foundation, which can actually get really tricky, especially if you're a beginner. The first thing you want to do before applying any foundation, whether it's a powder foundation or a liquid foundation, is to use a face primer. And there are different types of primers out there. If you have a dry skin, you go for a primer that's more hydrating. If you have oily skin, you have to go for something that's that's mattifying and all that. And if you want that healthy glow and everything, you have to go for something that's more illuminating. Today I'm using the Elemis Superfood Glow Priming Moisturizer. Just a good amount, and then like that. As you can see, it has that glow in it. Next, it's the foundation, and I like this Fenty Beauty Ease Drop Blurring Skin Tint. You always want to shake your foundation very well. I like to first apply with a brush, and then I go over my face with a sponge. I put at the back of my hand because it's quite liquidy, and then I take with a brush, and then I start from here, like downwards. First you begin with a thin layer, and then you build up on it. You definitely want to draw things down your chin and a little bit on your neck, so you can have that uniform look. And then I go over everything now with a sponge. Like this helps you to literally even things out. And I definitely use a wet sponge, and make sure you squeeze every drop out of it. You can add on more coverage. That. Yeah, the coverage to these I think is like low to medium. If you don't want to cover so much and want to go for that natural look. Under the eyes, I'm gonna be using this Fenty Beauty Wear Even Concealer 385 Warm. Comes with a very nice brush, and it's easy to use as a beginner as well. What I like to do is to start with like to put on the corners like that, and then on the other side like that. I definitely go again with a sponge, and I just press on it like this. And on the other side. I really love this concealer. It's just magic. One thing I can advise on you guys to, like, you don't need it, to avoid putting so much product under your eyes, because the skin under the eye is very thin, and it can give you that crisp look or cakey look, and it doesn't look good at all, at all, at all. Just keep things as simple as possible. What I do after that is to set. First begin with my eyes. I use this airbrush brightening flawless finish complexion perfecting eye and face micro powder by Charlotte Tilbury, and this is so good, guys. What I like about this is that it brightens your eye, what we're looking for. So I go again with a sponge. I pat a little bit like that. I tap a little bit and then I just try to set in. So this is a very good setting and highlighting powder, and it just works wonders. So what I'm gonna do is actually to use this on the areas where I want to highlight, and that's of course under my eyes like that. And then on this side a little bit on the septum. Without overdoing it, guys. What I like to do now to the rest of the face is to go in with a more natural powder. I'm gonna go in with this Charlotte Tilbury airbrush flawless finish. This is so good, guys. It's the best thing you can ever have for a setting powder. I'm just gonna go with the sponge again. So before applying mascara, I like to just apply a little bit of a color on the down lash like that, just to give it a little bit more, you know, uniform look around the eye. And I like to go maybe with a shade that I have already used on the eyes, and I'll just use the same palette from Zara, this one here, and I'll go with this brown color here. I'm just going with this brown color a little bit under there. It gives you a more defined eye look. And then I do the same on the other side. And then I'll do a little bit more on that. I'm gonna go with this color here just to highlight my waterline a little bit. Just make sure all the time you're tapping the excess. Doing this makes your eyes really pop. It makes you look wow. Now I'm gonna do the mascara. I love to use the amazing Maybelline Lush Sensational Full Fan Effect. This mascara is so good. I literally keep coming back to this. Makes me look like I'm wearing extensional lashes. This how the Maybelline Lash Lift looks like. Lash Sensational. I just love this mascara. Next step, I'll be applying a bronzer, and I'm gonna be using the Zara bronzer. I'm gonna be using a bronzer brush. It looks like this. Yeah, you can use a powder brush also, but I really love this. So I take a little bit of a product and then I tap the excess. First, I like to start building up on it. And I start from the edge there. And then I build up. I don't want to overdo it. I do the same on the other side. I start lightly. I normally like to start there where the ear ends, and then going down with the cheekbone, and then you work it out like that. A little bit on my forehead because you can definitely go a little bit on this side, like to give you that to make your bone structure to pop. Next thing I'm gonna be putting on my face is a Juvia's Place blush volume 4, and this is beautiful. This gives me like the spring vibes, guys. Look at that. It's a dual blush palette. I'm gonna be using this first color here, the pink. So beautiful. Oh. When I'm doing the blush, I like to go just right above the bronzer. Let's do this. Definitely the same principle applies when you're doing the highlighter. You're just gonna go a little bit above the blush and blend them well, because they're like the three layers are supposed to blend well together. It's supposed to complement each other to give you that beautiful finish. I'll be using this highlighter brush. It's a small one. I feel like I have so much. As a beginner, it's good to use a brush that you can have so much control with. Take a little bit of highlight, you tap the excess, and then depending on the look you're going for, you can build up on the intensity. But if you're just looking for a little bit of highlight and all that, then maybe you can leave it at that. On the other side, the same principle applies. As you can see, I'm just going right on top of the blush. I like to highlight a little bit on the nose, on the septum, just to give you that where the light touches on your face. That's where it's supposed to do. And here I'm a bit careful. I like to just go lightly with it. Like just there on the septum. And then a little bit on the top, on the tip of the nose. If you want, you can also put a little bit on the forehead. It's at this point I like to set my powder. This is a part that you should definitely not skip. Today I'm gonna be using one of the most amazing setting sprays that I've really loved. Like, this one is my all-time, my best setting spray ever. This is called the Airbrush Flawless Spray, and this is so good. Definitely shake everything, and then we are gonna look at that. Ooh. Go in with a sponge. Just look at that. This is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Next step is the lips, and I like to define my lips with a lip pencil first before going in with a lip color. And today I'm gonna be using the Max Factor Color Elixir lip liner with the brown and bold. I just outline the outer corners of my lips. And then I go in with a lipstick. This is like a nude lipstick called Mocha by MAC. I really love this color for a natural look. Look at that. This is beautiful. So I go in with this. Afterwards, I go over all that with a simple NYX butter gloss. This is price friendly and it's really good. It works for me. I definitely hope you've learned something today, and I hope you've gotten some good tips to guide you. I really love this look myself, and it's really simple, you know. It gets better with time. Stay tuned for more videos. Subscribe if you haven't, and like, comment. I really enjoy the feedback on my videos and everything. It makes me a better person, and I really appreciate for all those following me and all my fans. I really love you guys and appreciate you. So thank you so much. Have yourself a lovely day or evening. Ciao.